Hey, Albert here from Mainland Cycle Center, and today we're going to take a look at the 2021 Kawasaki Teryx4S. So the new S model from Kawasaki. The big thing with the new S model is the new suspension. So you've got these wider arched A-arms on the front. So the front is nearly 4 inches wider than the standard Teryx4, and then the rear is about 2 inches wider in the rear, and then the wheelbase was extended about 2.5 inches. So one of the first things we'll try to do is see if these will now clear some 30-inch tires. They come standard with 27-inch tires, but so that's kind of the big news on the Teryx4S. Everything really other than that seems to be pretty much the same. The suspension settings are now, I think they said about 17% softer in the front, something like 10% in the rear. And I took this one out and rode it on our little obstacle course, our little demo track, and definitely has a better ride, smoother ride. I actually feel a little more comfortable. We have a little hill we can actually jump some of these machines, and I actually caught a little bit of air with this one. So definitely a lot more confidence inspiring suspension. Has the Fox shocks with the remote reservoirs, and of course Teryx4s are just a really great machine. 4-passenger, these really great tri-tone seats on these are just super comfortable. These are some of the most comfortable seats of any side-by-side I've ever sat in. Very nice. So a great family machine. You get this 4-passenger seating with this nice short wheelbase, even with this one being 2.5 inches longer than the previous model. This is, again, like I said, the LE model, so this one comes with the roof. This one has the 14-inch alloy wheels, and once again comes standard with those 27-inch Maxxis Bighorn 2.0 tires. This is in the Fragment gray camo, and this also has the 4 LED lights on the front. A couple of other things to tell you about the Teryx4. These come standard with a 3-year warranty, so 3-year warranty standard on the Teryx4's, best warranty in the business, and that's still true on these Teryx4S models. 783cc V-twin engine. These are a single overhead cam, 4-valve liquid cooled fuel injected motor. Top speed on these is right about 50 miles an hour. These are actually speed limited by Kawasaki, and the motor is mounted right here middle of the machine to give it just a nice center of gravity, to have that motor mounted right there in the middle. But great motor. We've been using that a long time. One of the things that these Teryx4s have is, a few years ago when Kawasaki did an update on these, they updated the CVT on them. And so this now has a centrifugal clutch that engages and disengages when you come to a stop. So when you basically you keep that belt engaged all the time, the CVT belt, and so that saves belt life. Plus it really gives you some really nice engine braking, because you have engine braking almost all the way down to a stop. So if you've got a steep downhill, you put this thing in low gear, and just really nice with the engine braking. LED tail lights here on the back, 2-inch receiver hitch. You can see how massive the A-arms are on the Kawasaki. I don't know if you can get an idea just how big the rear differential is as far as diameter, but it's big. Stainless steel muffler right there. One of the other neat features about the Teryx4s is the rear brake. So the rear brake is what we call a multi-disc wet rear brake. So that rear brake is in this rear housing, the rear differential. It's on the front of the drive shaft, and the rear brakes actually ride in an oil bath. So because of that, you don't have a brake inside either one of these rear wheels, but the brake is up there. And what we find is not only do the brakes work really well, but you'll probably never replace those rear brakes. We've yet to replace the set because they they were worn out. Really great, easy open doors, very easy to use, much more convenient than some of the nets and things that some of our competitors have. Got a really great, a nice little glove box right there. There's drink holders front and rear, 12 volt power outlet in the dash, 12 volt power outlet in the back seat area. The radiator is mounted nice and high. The battery is up front, which is nice. Really easy for installing accessories. You've got stainless braided brake lines, disc brakes in the front. These are selectable 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, as well as you have the ability to lock the front differential. So the rear end is always locked on these. You can't unlock the rear differential on these. You can then lock the front differential as well. They are speed limited when the front differential is locked, I think, to about 15 miles an hour. But if you think about it, if you can go faster than that, you probably don't need the front diff locked. But for rock crawling or going through some mud or something, it's nice to be able to get all 4 wheels, full power, full traction. A couple other things to note on here: 7.9 gallon fuel tank. Let's see what else. 250 pounds in the bed. Towing capacity is about 1,350. Curb weight about 1,630 pounds. So that'll fit on most single axle trailers, no problem at all. Tilt steering wheel. These are equipped with electronic power steering. Of course, it is an automatic transmission, low, high, neutral, and reverse in the transmission. There's your parking brake. Got a grab handle right there for the passenger, as well as another grab handle right up there for the passenger. And of course, if you're a driver, you're going to hold on to the steering wheel. Ignition switch there. There's your selectable 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and 4-wheel drive lock. So this 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and then 4-wheel drive lock. And on that, you just need to be, I always recommend stopped or at least moving very slowly. Digital display, clock, hour meter, all that good stuff. There are some blanks in the dash where you can install additional switches. There's 4 of them across there. Plus they have an optional Kawasaki accessory audio system where you put the head unit here and a couple of speakers mount in these cubby holes on each side there. But and then you got headlight switches right over there for those 4 headlights, low and high beam on those headlights. And let's see, what else can we tell you about the Teryx4S? We love the Teryx4S. They're very rugged, reliable machines. One of the things you'll notice is these inner fender wells here. These are steel instead of plastic, so that keeps you from having any, anything protrude through the floorboard that could injure you. So Kawasaki's really big on safety there. But yeah, really great machines. Let's talk about pricing a little bit. So the Teryx4 got a $500 MSRP price bump from the standard Teryx4 LE. And so this one, as we see it sitting here, is $17,899. For the S model, where the non-S would be $17,399. And then you are paying a $200 premium for this Fragment Camo Gray. This is a hydro dip process on here. It's a very rugged, a very durable, I should say, finish on this front hood. So very rugged finish, and you do pay a little bit of a $200 premium for this color. But really looks great. I think all in all, it's a thumbs up. I think for $500, the extra wheelbase, the extra width, and the better suspension, really nice. I know we've got quite a few of the standard 2021 Teryx4s, and we've got some pretty good pricing on those. So you may have to just look at it and see. I think that in time, most of the market is going to get switched out to just Teryx4S's, and we won't have that other one anymore. But right now, there's some of both models, and there may be some good deals on those other ones. So if you're not planning to put larger tires and things like that, you may want to go with the standard one. Save a little bit of money. And of course, they have adjustable shocks. You can tune those as well. But all right, well, that's a look at the 2021 Kawasaki Teryx4S in the Fragment Camo Gray. Once again, we are Mainland Cycle Center. We're located in Marque, Texas. We're about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45. You can find us online at mainlandcyclecenter.com or by phone at 409-948-4969. And we would just love it if you'd give us a call, shoot us an email, or even better, come on down to Mainland Cycle Center, where we'd love to help you any way that we can. Hey, thanks for watching.